No, no, little boy. This is too soon. This is too tragic. Oh, please, God, no, not this way. I only spent a couple years with you a long, long, long time ago, but I'd give anything to go back in time to those days and tell you what I know now. That you mattered, that your life meant something, that you mattered no matter what. You mattered to so many people, to so many people. Look how many people are here today. You will be missed by your children, by your sister so badly. From the moment I first met you, it was obvious that you were rambunctious and wild. You were one of a kind. You definitely marched to the beat of your own drum, but then again, you had to, since nobody was making music for you. That wasn't fair. No, no, little boy, this is a shock still. This simply cannot be real. I vaguely remember that you were rebellious in school. I remember that you always had a devil-may-care attitude about authority figures and a yearning for the streets at a very early age. But why wouldn't you have been? You knew from the jump that the deck was stacked against you because you were one of many grandchildren. But people went out of their way to let you know that you were tragically nobody's favorite. You always said you were okay without a fairy tale, that you were okay without anybody really loving you, that you didn't need nobody to love you. No, no, little boy. You shouldn't have to have grown older believing nobody ever really cared about you. You need more than you got from us and from life. No little boy should ever have to grow up looking out for himself because you believed the lie that nobody could understand you. Men weren't there for you like we should have been. We were too lost on our own shipwrecks to see you paddling out to sea all on your own. Out there in your little rowboat full of holes. And when you got older, people tried to tell you how to straighten out your life without realizing what hypocrites we were. We all failed to realize that by then the mold was already set. It would have been helpful back when you needed us teaching you those things, back when you still wanted our input, back when you still believed in hope and happily ever after, fairy tales before life beat you down. We offered too little too late. You had already gotten used to us not being there, and so you set out on a rough and rocky road, since no father figure was ever able to reinvent themselves to be the kind of man that you so desperately needed to look up to. No man showed you the love you'd need from a good man to keep you here alive with us still today. No, no, little boy. That wasn't fair, and damn it, it wasn't your fault. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It's tragic men didn't save you back when you still wanted saving, back before you fully embraced the streets as your home. It's obvious why you chose the streets, though. Too many bad things happened to you back when you were little, things that you carried with you, 1,000 pounds on your back all the time. You thought you had to be strong all the time. You thought you had to hold it in all the time. You thought you had to keep a smile on everyone else's face. But what about your own smile, man? No, no, little boy. That's too much pain to carry alone. I remember when you were little in elementary school, impressed with the Dr. Seuss books that I used to get and read to your little sister. I remember you liked the tongue twisters in them, and you eagerly volunteered to read them to her, even though she was way too young to understand them. I remember that she wouldn't sit still long enough for you to read. "Sabelina, be still and let me read to you," you would say. But you couldn't see that her giggling and climbing was just her preferring to play with her big brother. You couldn't grasp that you were more fun to wrestle with than listen to. "She doesn't want to listen to me," you would say as you closed the book, as she jumped on your back to play. No, no, little boy. No way. That's not true. She'd give anything to listen to just one more bedtime story. Oh God, help us wake up from this nightmare and let her big brother read just one more, please, just one more bedtime story from you right now. Please, Derek, just one more story. So you fought your way through the sea of life in that little rowboat of yours. never getting too far before being pushed back by the waves that inevitably follow the kinds of choices that you made over the years. In and out of trouble over the years. People talked about you like an enemy, talked about what you did or when you were getting out and coming home. People say you're in a better place now, but that's like a slap in the face to my little girl that thinks the best place that you could be is by her side still today. I remember way, way, way back when you were a skinny little kid. I made a crazy, gigantic 50-foot tree swing for you and Angelina for the trees in Green Mountain. It was the only place to find trees and grass in the ugliness of the concrete jungle. You were still in single-digit years and your sister was still just a toddler learning how to walk. I remember you would gently place her on the swing and push her ever so softly, like only a big brother can. Smiles on both of your faces. Please continue to gently push her in the years to come. She still needs you. I can see you teaching her to lay on her side and roll down the big hills with her like it was yesterday and giggling as you two rolled down. Y'all would roll to a stop. Is there anything better than listen to little children laughing hysterically? No, little boy. There isn't anything better. And your laugh will be missed, young man. Your life was uphill all day, every day, and miraculously you were just starting to turn your life around even though you kept getting sledgehammered. I can hear you now saying, like Chico, man, it seems like it's easier to do bad than it is to do good. How right you were, little man. You were also right that it seems easier for people to tear you down rather than build you up. And if anybody ever needed to be built up, it was certainly you. If anybody ever needed a father, it was you. If anybody ever needed to be affirmed and validated, it was you. The world is a darker place because you're not here to cheer everybody else up anymore. And we were too busy judging what we thought of you, rather than remembering to fill you up and make sure you smiled on the inside instead of just the outside. We are lost. Yet here we are with our memories of you, carrying all that we have left. No, little boy, this is not right.